the Roblox version of pro wrestling. In pro wrestling, you fulfill your destiny. You win champions, you lose champions. You fulfill your story. It's an emotional roller coaster. You have your ups and you have your downs. And this is all in the good side of pro wrestling. But there's another side. The dark side of pro wrestling. Jaxson Michaels, the man who had the biggest controversial downfall in pro wrestling history. Jaxson Michaels started playing Roblox in 2011 in a guest account, but officially made his real account in 2012, named IICM Punk II, aka Wary John Cena 123. This account would get hacked, so Jaxson would go on a bit of a revamp and create a new account known to many as Jaxson Michaels. In his early years, Jaxson would go to feds such as VRW, Velocity Roblox Wrestling, and RWE, Roblox Wrestling Entertainment, but didn't have any impact in roles or careers in them. From the years of 2012 to 2014, Jaxson wouldn't really focus much on feds, but rather have fun in other games such as WWE SVR 2011. 2014 would be the year where Jaxson would start his official pro wrestling career, taking it serious this time and getting in that pro wrestling grind and getting known for being in feds such as ECW, VWF, and NGW. And it is also around this time where he would meet pro wrestling legend Shadow Knight Legacy, and shortly after, another controversial pro wrestler by the name of Adrian Black. Something would soon happen in Jackson's personal life, which would force him to temporarily leave the pro wrestling community for over a year. When he returned in 2015, he would go to RCW and wrestle his one and only match there, only to realize that it takes a lot of skills to be there, so he'd go to the indies to better season himself before going to the big leagues. From 2015 to 2018, Jaxson would dominate the indie scene, and he would wrestle in places such as REW, ran by Dane, OTXW, and UCW. Jaxson would win many titles around this time, such as the ECW title and Zane's Fed, one-time ECW Tag Team Champ, two-time WWE Youth Champ, a 2K Champion, one-time EWTF IC Champ, a one-time EWTF US Champ, and a one-time ERW IC Champion, proving that he can go toe-to-toe against many pro wrestlers. In 2018, Jaxson would get signed and be part of the RCW Outbreak division, while also still wrestling for NGW. In 2019, Jaxson would start getting into APRW and getting many number one contender matches, winning one of them. However, when it came to winning all the other matches, he'd always fall short. 2019 was a notorious year for Jaxson, because this would also be the year when the allegations would start coming to light. Jaxson Michaels is in a roleplay server with many other pro wrestlers, where he would be in a RP relationship with Ia, aka Mathon. It's been said that she didn't like that Jaxson wasn't putting enough effort into their relationship, and apparently he never thought that it was real, and this is when she tried to expose him for being a PDF file. However, once word came out, Dylan would defend Jaxson, showing that he didn't know her age and would even expose her for being a catfish and a liar. After this, people would start forgiving Jaxson and allowing him back into their feds. A year later, in 2020, it's been reported that another pro wrestler by the name of North blackmailed Renee into DMing Jaxson, telling him that she liked him. Jaxson would tell her that he only liked her as a friend and would have preferred it if she didn't tell anyone so that they wouldn't take it the wrong way. However, word got out and Jaxson would get cancelled again for being an alleged PDF file once more. Pro wrestling veteran Bloody William would dox Jaxson after finding out what was said. However, he would soon come to the conclusion that Jaxson was innocent, vouching for him in the process. After this, Jaxson would start being known in the pro wrestling community as a PDF file, but he'd still be let in some feds such as APRW and ORW. In 2021, even more allegations would be stacked onto Jaxson once again. This time, however, this one may actually be on him. Jaxson Michaels was in a VC call with many other Raw wrestlers, and they'd watch Godzilla vs. Kong, and it was here where he said that if Millie Bobby Brown was 18 years old, he'd hit. The reason why people seen this as a problem is because she was 17 at the time, and Jaxson was a full-blown adult. Jaxson would be blacklisted from every fed, not being welcome back, forcing him to leave the community. 4 months after this, Jaxson would return, and this is where he'd start fighting allegations of some people saying that he was innocent because she was located in the UK and also living in Georgia, where the age of consent is 16. But many others would continue saying that he is not innocent and he is indeed a PDF file and a child molester. While I was on the phone with Jaxson, Akatori, aka Nick Rollins, would join the call and would have this to say.
Yeah, they're still above the age of 17. That will still make it legal regardless, because they are above the age of 17. The screenshots show it was after she turned 17, so there's nothing wrong there in that aspect. If an adult engages with any sexual activity with someone below the age of consent in that state, they're committing a crime, even if the minor said they agreed to sex. So basically, it's basically stating it's a crime if it is under, but it's not if it is above.
Her birthday was February.
So that would make her 17 again.
Yeah. That'll make her literally like a month into her being 17.
Which makes it legal because she's above the age of consent.
Do you guys agree with what Nick said? Let me know down below. In 2022 to 2023, Jaxson would stop wrestling and focus mainly on Devon for feds. And in the ending of 2023, another allegation would come to light again about how Jaxson is saying the N-word. This would once again bring him to hot water with many members in the community. This would be the final storm of allegations brought upon Michaels. But do you think that he should be let back into the community? Do you think that he is innocent or guilty? Comment down below your opinions on the entire situation. Now before I end the video, I did speak to Jaxson on the phone, and he had a message for everyone in the community. So down.
AJ,
Yo.
if you would like to record this, I would like to add this into the end of it.
I'll mute.
Alright, go ahead. It's recorded.
To anyone who made it to the end of this video, this is me, Jaxson, speaking, to show what I've known all along, that I have committed no criminal acts within my time of pro wrestling or outside of my time of pro wrestling. I would like to apologize to each individual that may have seemed hurt, or each individual that does not like me for a certain reason, whether that being just me being weird, me saying outlandish things while in VCs, or just you not liking me in general due to own personal stature, and I apologize for all of that. It's taken me a long time, but at first I found no apology needs to be given because I knew in my heart I did nothing wrong. But now thinking about it, I would like to give everyone in pro wrestling an apology for my actions, and to let know that even if or if not allowed back into certain federations, I do not wish to come back into any pro wrestling at all, whether it be big or small or anything, whatnot. And if you would like to DM me, my main account DMs will be open. If you would like to talk to me about certain things, or let me know what you think about the entire situations, I will listen to you fully. But this is me, Jaxson Michaels, apologizing to the entire pro wrestling community of my actions during my tenure within Big Feds that was not condoned, and I apologize. I apologize to each person who hates me. I apologize to my friends and my peers. I apologize to everyone that dealt with me when I was quote unquote big name or quote unquote RWA, in the RWA affiliated, that I just didn't act right. And I apologize for that. Now, I would like to stop being called a pedophile. And I would like to stop being harassed about Apex. I have something to say on that. But this isn't an Apex video. This is a video about me. But I just want you guys to know, I pulled the plug on them to expose Apex. And I asked people to post it. I want nothing to do with Apex. I have nothing to do with Apex. And I don't give a fuck what Franklin does. To every one of my friends, again, I apologize. To everyone that hates me, I apologize. To everyone that felt or still feels uncomfortable around me, I apologize. I have matured and I'm grown up now. I'm not asking for a grand returning to pro wrestling. I'm 25, I'm unk status. I'm too old for that shit. So I apologize.
Jaxson is indeed a man with many allegations, to the point where people would start joking about it. Like in this screenshot of ATG saying Jaxson Michaels had allegations against him for many years, and he is still in the community, considering it as dedication. Some other people would also make a meme page on him after all that's happened. Now for my conclusion, I believe that Jaxson can be very controversial, but also helpful. An example of this is how he is the one that led the cancel Apex movement by gathering all of the information. This, however, gets outshined by all of the allegations brought upon him. So I do want to know, how do you guys feel about this? Do you guys believe that he should be brought back into the community, or should he stay blacklisted by everyone? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final episode where I'll be covering people for this season. Our next episode will be episode 10, and I'll go over the aftermath of everyone that I covered. Some people are still the same, and others have changed. Who is acting the same way? You'll just have to wait and see when episode 10 drops of the dark side of pro wrestling. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you all like, comment, subscribe, and let me know which pro wrestler I should cover next.